one of my favorite clients. And we are going to make a summer quinoa, and I thought, well, why don't we just share this with everyone, because I know a lot of people would really like it, so here we go. So what you need for this recipe is you just need some fresh blueberries. So we've already washed those. We are ready to go. Thank you. And you need a measuring cup because you need to measure your quinoa. And this is my favorite brand of quinoa. It's called True Roots. I just really like that brand. And if you can get it that it's already sprouted, even better. So this just costs about 1/4 of a cup. That makes a serving. Don't you love these llamas? They're helping me today, the llamas. So you just want to, the quinoa will take about 15 minutes to cook in real time. So I'm thinking we're going to do this in real time. And just turn it up. So while your quinoa is cooking, you just want to bring the water to a boil first, and then add the quinoa, and then turn it down. And then you can just take the lid and kind of angle it so that it can simmer for about 15 minutes. And just kind of play with the temperature so it can simmer so you don't burn it. Then you're going to take some coconut oil and put about a teaspoon of coconut oil in a saute pan. So, and what you're going to do with the coconut oil is just warm it on the stove just lightly, and then you're going to add some cinnamon, some ground cinnamon to that coconut oil, and kind of just like brown the cinnamon a little bit. It makes it a lot more aromatic, and just it gives it a really nice flavor. So I'll turn the back one on and just let that get warm. So for the recipe, here's what you'll need. You'll need quinoa, got your blueberries, you'll need some coconut oil, you'll need either maple syrup or honey, whichever you prefer. For this one, I really like the maple syrup. You can have some little almonds, just like fresh almonds, if you like almonds, to slice up and put on top, but you don't have to have those. And then I think that's it. It's a really simple recipe to make, and it's really nice. It's a really delicious way. This way you can have your quinoa as a breakfast food or lunch, or just as a snack if you're hungry. So you just let that cook down. Then you warm up the coconut oil. You can see it's starting to kind of warm up here. So let's see, I'll use my spatula for this. So just warm it up. And then you're just gonna kind of toast the cinnamon. And I would usually do about a teaspoonful of cinnamon. I like to just add a little bit. There we go. You don't have to be so precise when you measure it. So you just like let the cinnamon, if you want to bring the camera over, you can see the cinnamon warming on the stove. It just makes it nice and aromatic. Good. So you can kind of, with the cinnamon when it's cooking, you just want to watch it and stir it around a little bit and keep it on super low, and because you can kind of burn that pretty easily if you don't watch it. So just keep stirring it as it's mixing up in the coconut oil. And we're shooting this video live, and I can't see if anyone has joined or not, but if anyone has, can you see if they have?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who's watching, but thank you for joining. If you want to put in the comments who you are, and you can have
Elena Slope.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how are you? So if you want to put in the comments, if you have any questions or thoughts about what we're making here, feel free to do that. And yeah, I think it will just let that cook down a little bit. I'm going to turn the cinnamon one off on the back. Yeah, because it looks good to go. So it usually just takes about 3 minutes to brown the cinnamon. And then the quinoa, I have to keep cooking. It's got to cook down. You can see it starting to cook down a little bit. And it'll just fluff, kind of the way rice does. If you haven't ever cooked quinoa before, it's really, all that water will cook out and it'll just get soft and fluffy. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's, as far as making it, it's really good. And so when you're going to have almonds, what you'll want to do is you'll want to soak your almonds. These have not been soaked because we didn't know we were going to do a Facebook Live. But had we known we were going to do a Facebook Live, we would have soaked these. And so you'll put just raw almonds in some filtered water. You can just use a little jar or a bowl. Put your almonds in there, put some filtered water to cover the almonds, and just put a little dash of sea salt. And what that'll do is it'll break down all of the enzyme inhibitors that are naturally on any kind of nuts. So it's a great thing to do. You want to soak them a minimum of 7 hours. So you can just think of it like you're just going to keep a little jar in the fridge, and you can soak them ahead of time and then just put them in the fridge. So don't put them in the fridge until they've been soaked for 7 hours. So just at room temperature, and that's going to release all of the enzyme inhibitors. They'll make them really super easy to digest, and they're a lot better for you that way. And then as far as the quinoa, same thing. Any kind of grains like oats, quinoa, millet, what you'll do is you'll just take them out that you want to prepare, put it in a jar with filtered water, put a little bit, just a dash of sea salt, and also you can put just like half a teaspoon of like Bragg's apple cider vinegar, the raw apple cider vinegar, in the water. And what that'll do is it'll break down any of the phytates that are binding, because grains do have phytates naturally, and if we don't soak our grains, then when we eat those grains, it binds onto our minerals and kind of chelates those minerals out of our bodies. So we want to definitely soak our grains when we eat those. The same is true if you eat brown rice, you want to soak it. So just think any grain. And again, with those, you just do a little sea salt and a little, some acidic medium. It might be, you could use lemon juice if you wanted to, in with the water, but it's just going to start that process for you. And as far as coconut oil, the reason we're using coconut oil is because if you go to heat coconut oil, it will not denature that oil. If I were going to use an olive oil for this, it would be a terrible idea because it would destroy the healing properties that are naturally in a good quality olive oil. So if you're going to cook with heat, always use coconut oil or butter, grass-fed butter, or ghee. Ghee is a clarified butter that has a great flavor. So this recipe would probably be really good with ghee. So I'll just sum that up again. The oils that you want to use when you're cooking with heat, you would use coconut oil, real grass-fed butter, or ghee. And outside of that, don't heat any of your other oils. You want to use those for other things, like your olive oil. Just drizzle it on your salads. Don't heat your olive oil. So, and then as far as maple syrup, why you might want to use maple syrup over honey, we can talk about that a little bit. When you use maple syrup, if you buy one that's nice and dark, like you can see, this is a very dark amber maple syrup. This actually has a lot of minerals in it. It's what gives it that color. So if you'd like to add extra minerals in the food that you're taking in, use a little bit of maple syrup to sweeten it. If you would like help digesting your grains, like say when you're going to have your quinoa and blueberries, if you'd like help to digest that more, if you use a raw honey, a honey that has not been heated in any way, that honey actually has a lot of medicinal properties. Things like it helps you break down carbohydrates. So it's very high in amylase, the enzyme that helps you break down carbohydrates. So it just really just depends on which one you'd rather have, or maybe you like one flavor better than the other. But if your honey's raw, again, it's a great thing to have when you're having carbs, because it will help you to break those carbohydrates down instead of your body having to do that work. It actually will emulsify those carbohydrates. And again, if you decided you wanted to have extra minerals in that meal, go for a very dark, high-grade, organic maple syrup. Does this make sense, you guys? If it's making sense to you guys, if you're on the live and you're listening, just put me a thumbs up in there to let me know it's making sense to you. And if you're watching the replay, you can just put that you're on the replay, but that it's making sense, because I would love to hear that this is translating for you. So let's see, as far as coconut oil, I know I talked about the heated properties of coconut oil, but also coconut oil is a natural antifungal, it's a natural antiviral. So it's a great thing to bring into your life if you haven't already. A lot of people already use coconut oil on the regular now. So that would be a great one to bring in for those reasons. Antiviral, antifungal. Most people aren't getting enough of the right fats anyway. So try that and see how you like it. And I think as far as cinnamon goes, just whatever kind of cinnamon you like. And actually, if it's organic, it will not have been irradiated. So if you're buying cinnamon that's not organic, they irradiate all the spices, but the organic lines, they have not been irradiated, so they're going to be more viable for your body. They'll be a little bit more, just a little more viable from a nutritional standpoint. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's it with everything that we've got going on the stove here. And let's see, we'll check in with the quinoa and see how it's doing. Stir it around. Yeah, it's starting to cook down now, you can see. Yeah. So quinoa is a really versatile grain that's naturally high in protein. It has, from what I understand, almost a complete amino acid profile, and it's one of the higher protein grains that we have. And you can see it's very small. It's just a cute little grain. And so you can see the actual little individual grains. Great. So quinoa is really versatile. When you have quinoa in your kitchen, you can use it more like we're doing here, more like a brunch or breakfast kind of ingredients. With the blueberries and the cinnamon, we think of those things as being typically in the morning or for brunch. And then, but if you have quinoa in your kitchen, you can use it to make a lot of really delicious dishes. It's very, very versatile. So if you're going a little bit more toward vegetarianism, you can keep some quinoa on hand, and say if you're in the mood for some dark leafy greens, just go grab some kale and dice it up, and you can saute it in your coconut oil. You don't have to have a lot of different things in your kitchen to eat really healthfully, but you can grab some coconut oil, saute those diced greens in the coconut oil, cook your quinoa, and then stir it up like just a salad that has some grains in it. And that can make a really quick meal. It's easy to digest. It's super good for you. These foods would tend to be a lot more alkalinizing than other things. All the foods I'm mentioning, they really are more alkalinizing. And most of us, we can get kind of acidic pretty easily. So starting to bring these kinds of foods into your daily routine, you might find that you just feel better and that you have more energy. One of the things people don't realize about food is that it actually takes energy for us to be able to digest our foods. So if we're thinking about maybe doing some smart combining here and there, it can help you to digest your foods quicker and easier, and then you've got extra energy for other things other than trying to break down a heavier meal. So especially in the summer, you can think about eating a little bit more seasonal too. And so I hope this is helpful to you. If it is, please leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And most of the time you're going to see me with a horse or with some other thing, but I'm actually a big foodie, and I have an extensive background in holistic healing and holistic nutrition, and that's a big part of who I am and what I'm about. And those of you who know me, you know that. So we're going to check back in on the quinoa, and it looks like we're almost ready to do that. So yeah, I'm going to sit down so you can see, like, you just want to let the liquid cook out of it. And this was just 1/4 of a cup of quinoa. You can see that it really expands. So it was 1/4 a cup dry, and then 1 cup of water, and just brought to a boil and letting it cook down. So in that way, cooking it is a lot like cooking rice. You just have to kind of watch it and don't let all of the liquid cook out of it. So I don't know if you guys do have any questions, if anything's coming up. Is there anything on the screen that you're seeing? Okay. All right. Yeah, I can always go back in the comments later if you guys have any questions or thoughts, anything that you want to share. So I think we're ready to start to blend this up all together now. So what I'll do is I'll take this one off and I'm going to swap the eyes here. And then I'll just take this and mix it into the cinnamon and coconut. And you just stir it around until it's mixed well. And I still have this on a low heat now, just to get it all mixed up together really well. And then what we'll do, the blueberries are fresh, and so we would just add those, turn the eye off now, and we can just add those right on top. And you could, now just drizzle it with a little bit of maple syrup. And you could also just put this, like, you know, in your breakfast bowl and just put your berries on top. Sometimes it's nice to just let the berries warm up a little bit if they've been in the fridge. And then depending on how much maple syrup you like, if you have a sweet tooth or not, I usually do about like a very generous teaspoon in there. And that's it. So that's a summer quinoa, and you can have it for breakfast or a snack or brunch. You could impress your friends and feed them nutritious food. I think that's one of the ways that we all can feel love and show love, is to make someone a delicious meal or to share a delicious meal with someone. That's bringing it back to being real and bringing it back to being human, and just sharing life experiences together. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this Facebook Live, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you've decided to try this blueberry quinoa. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you.